So, all right. Yeah, like in the last video, I was teaching you guys on the recording, what all this does. Yeah, the 3-2-1 counter, the blend recording, and the loop recording, the metronome, the snare, which is the typing your keyboard to piano. So, let's continue from there now. So, I was explaining if you want to record, all you just have to do is click on this button right here. It's a very familiar button for record. You double click on the pattern that you want. You know, we were on this pattern. We wanted to, what were we even trying to record again? We're trying to record a chord progression. All right. So let's say, let me switch this first one off. Okay. All right. So to start recording, I said that you should make sure this 3-2-1 counter is on, because if it's not on, and let's say you press the space bar to start recording, you may not even have time to start, or you may not be ready. You understand? Like, let's try something now. Okay. You may not be ready. So the reason for this 3-2-1 is to count you in. You understand? It's just to count you in so that you can be able to understand the type sheet that you're doing. So that's what we're going to be doing here. And let me turn this one off for you to see the meaning and what those do. You understand? So those two are off. I only have the metronome to keep me on timing so that I don't start recording things off grid or off timing. I have the 3-2-1 counter on, and I have my typing keyboard to keys. Okay, so let's start. You can see we only looped from here to here. The recording is just going to stop at here. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. We just looped from here to here. So as soon as this place reach, the recording is just going to stop. You understand? Sorry for the delay. I'm actually using the Bluetooth headphones now. So there is kind of, I don't understand, there is a bit of too much latency. So let me bring out this to grid. So it can be, you press Alt Q. Okay. So what I did to bring everything to grid was just pressing Alt Q. I highlighted what I want. I wanted everything to be on the grid, so I just pressed Alt Q on my keyboard, and quantizer. If you set the template on default, it's going to be aligned with your magnet here, which is, you can see all the red lines here. It's going to align everything. So if your note is in between all these red lines, it's going to snap it back to the grid where it is closer to. Let's say your note is around here, closer to this first red line. Okay, let me use here. Your note is around here, closer to this first line. It will snap it to the first line. But if it's a little bit closer to this second red line, it's going to snap it to the second line. So that's what it does. You can use different timestamps here, yeah, of which I'm going to teach you later on in this crash course. So yeah, let me play it for you now. So now see what happens if I have the loop recording on. The loop recording is very good if maybe you didn't like what you did, or you didn't just, you want to take it all over again. You understand? Yeah, that is what it means. So if you're actually recording and you've reached where you looped it to, or where you want the loop to end, or where you want the chord progression to end, and it's reached this place, let's say this time, it will start recording again. But as soon as you place a note in that loop, or in that second batch of recording, everything you recorded in your last time is going to delete. So that's basically what the loop recording does. Let me show you now. Let me put on my record button, so it's going to count me in. Do you see that? Now it deleted all what I did the first time, the second time. So if you're good with it, all what you just have to do once the loop has end, you don't play again. But let's say you want to you've made the loop now. Let me put all of this to grid. There's a double note right here. Let me put all of this to grid. Remember what I say, you highlight everything, press Alt Q, and it's going to bring it to grid. But I want, it's a little bit late because of the latency in my head, so I just drag everything. So now I recorded this, and I just want to add the top ones, like maybe a lead at the top on that same stuff. And I don't want to start creating another pattern and like redoing it again. All I just have to do, that is when this blend recording does, it adds to the note instead of when you press a note after you've recorded the first session, and it will, and everything you did is, or everything you did that last session is going to disappear. It's just going to add those notes to it. So now let me show you. Now let me delete this one and show you what it does now. Okay, so let me put on the record and I start. Now do you see that I was able to add this extra note? I can add as many notes I want as the loop keeps looping. Do you understand? So if I put everything to grid here, I highlight everything, Alt Q. Still need some adjustment. Oh my goodness, bro. Still need some adjustment. Select this one, drag it a little bit here. This one is a little bit off timing, so and I want everything to repeat. You understand? You know, I'm playing it on the pattern mode. You understand? This is not on the song. This is everything that we have on the song. If I play it with the song now, it's going to include the drum and the song. So now that place is empty. But if I want to duplicate it, I want to make this a long track, you can decide to shorten this and like duplicate it like this, or you just use the paste tool, the paint tool, sorry, and you just press it like this. Or you might need to add some things or maybe some twists to it, so you don't want it to, people be like, why is it just the same thing every 2 beats? You understand? So you can just highlight everything where it ends. Remember, your magnet should be online. This is the best for you right now, should be online. So when you highlight everything, you just press Ctrl B to duplicate it. So I might change this note to, yeah. So now you understand. So let me turn off this metronome on. Now I can now duplicate this, paste it over here again, drag it to grid. So that's what we have. So we've created a nice looking beat. I feel like Omale is going to be killing something like this. So you know, we created a melody before, this first melody here. Let's hear it. And let's say you're on the playlist and you don't want to be switching to the pattern to actually hear what is on that track. Maybe you already have like thousands of tracks and you don't want to be going over to the piano roll, to be switching, and you take your eyes off the stuff, you understand, to multitask. And that track is actually on your playlist. You can just right click on it. It will select only that track and anything that is on this track. Do you understand? Yeah. If you want only this track, you right click. When you right click again, it brings everything to where it was before. So I just want to hear only this track, this first track, track 1. Oh, this is what we did before. I just activated the shaker track. Let me put the kick. And don't mind me, actually this kick, you know, I added it